Hello everybody and welcome to The Weekend Gaming, introducing my brand new green screen that you see right behind me. I'm hoping to get videos up a lot more frequently, a lot more consistently. I'm hoping to get videos up every Saturday and a gaming video hopefully at the first week of every month, and maybe a little more than that depending on how you guys respond to that. So today I am revisiting the Call of Duty weapons theme from Black Ops 4. I did one before, but it did not cover all the weapons in Black Ops 4. So, here is it today. This is Call of Duty Weapons Black Ops 4 Remastered. So, when talking about Call of Duty weapons, of course you gotta mention Black Ops 4 with all the new additions and all the new updates and everything they've added into this game that sets it apart from all of the other Black Ops games in the series. And of course, one of those things that we will be hitting extremely heavy today is the weapons. So, let's get right into that topic and start us off with the ICR-7. So that is a pretty good primary. It works very good all around. It has about medium damage. You know, it's one of the first assault rifles given to you in the game, so of course it's not going to work as well as something at level 55, something like a Swordfish or an ABR or anything like that. But it is pretty good. It does a good amount of damage, and it's a very versatile weapon with not a lot of recoil. So it works pretty well for everything it does. Not the best. I wouldn't say it's definitely the worst. It's something that you can kind of rock in the beginning until you start to gain levels and then start running with things like the KN57 or the Vapor or whatever you really run with. So the next weapon I'm going to be talking about is the Rampart. That is a pretty decent primary and is relatively low damage compared to all the other weapons in its class. I'd say it's one of the least damage dealing assault rifles out of all the Call of Duty weapons. And it also has not a lot of recoil, and it's just not very good in general. I think the ICR-7 is a lot better than it, but of course it all comes down to personal preference and what you want to rock at the end of the day in a Call of Duty game. So the next one is going to be slightly different than both of the last two. That is the KN57. It is the best of the last two ARs that I've talked about, and probably the best of everyone else in that category or all the other weapons. It's one of my main weapons that I run with in Call of Duty. It's pretty good, it's got pretty high damage, really accurate, good rate of fire, and it's just overall a nice weapon to run in the game. You can definitely get some good score streaks with it and everything like that. So just one of the perfect weapons. It's like right in the middle of everything you want to have in the game. Kind of reminds me of the SWAT RFT, if you've ever played with that. It's a very smooth weapon. Of course, I never unlocked it, I just pick it up off the ground, but sort of kind of reminds me of that, just with the way it runs and the different functions of it. So the next weapon I'm going to be talking about, we're going to be jumping into the SMG category temporarily. I think I'm also going to hit the Vapor. I believe that is an AR as well. So, but starting off with the MX-9, that is a pretty good backup. It works very well in hardcore. More of a CQB weapon for close quarters combat, but you can pretty much run it anywhere. I've played this in Zombies in the new Classified map. That's a pretty fun experience. It works very well in there, and it's just an overall good weapon in that. So, also, it's not the best for running in multiplayer, just like regular. It's kind of like shooting spitballs sometimes. It just doesn't do a whole lot of damage. But like I said, in hardcore, once you land those first couple shots, you should get a guaranteed kill, and it should work very well for you. So the next weapon I'm going to be talking about is the Vapor that I just mentioned a second ago. That is in the assault rifle category along with the ICR Rampart and KN57. It is probably one of the best assault rifles. It can definitely do a lot of damage at a high rate of fire with little recoil. So that's very balanced, sort of like the KN57. I run that as the backup on my class, which you guys will see when I upload my gaming video next weekend. I'm starting to upload them on the first week of every month, so if you guys want to check that out, go check that out on the weekend. That'll be coming out Sunday, right after my regular upload, starting next week. So I hope you guys can see that, and I know next week is not the first week of the month, but it is definitely like around, when I want to start getting on schedule, so then there's going to be a little break until the next. So, let's keep the ball rolling and get right to the next weapon, and that is the GKS. That is extremely good for hardcore, but extremely terrible for multiplayer in general. I've tried putting the FMJ on it, the long barrels, everything to get it to do just a little bit more damage and get that edge, but there's not a whole lot you can do about that in normal multiplayer. Sort of like the MX-9, where it works pretty well in hardcore, but not as good in multiplayer, and I have not run with it in Zombies. So I'm not 100% sure how that works out, but I'm sure it works out pretty medium. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but as long as you land some shots on in hardcore, that is a guaranteed kill along with the MX. So if you're a CQB, run with the MX-9 and the GKS and the Overkill perk, and that should work pretty well for you. So the next weapon is going to be the SOG. That's that tiny little pistol that you guys will see right there. That works pretty well. I don't really prefer it. A lot of people run with it as their primary in hardcore, and it seems like they're able to melt people really fast with that thing. I am not one of them. I've tried running with it several times and it just never really worked out for me that much. So hopefully it worked for you guys a little better than it worked for me, but it does not do a whole lot of damage. I would like to get right into the Auger. I think it is a DMR weapon, which means it's pretty much a sniper rifle. It's semi-automatic, it can lay down a decent rate of fire at decent damage, but of course I'm not a sniper, so I don't personally run with this that much, but I've tried every weapon on this list at least once, so I know pretty much about them a little bit. So the Auger, like I said, is a sniper. It's a lot better in Blackout than it is in just normal like gameplay or whatever. Of course any sniper will be more useful in Blackout than it is in multiplayer. I have not played with this weapon personally in Zombies, but I know that it is a sniper and that it does pretty well in all the general areas that you'd want it to do well in, but it is not the best. It's not like the Paladin or the Outlaw or anything that you can really just lay down fire and do very well with. So the next weapon I want to get right into, and this was my main for a while, and that is the Titan. I think I almost prestiged it twice. I played with it so much when I first started playing, but of course it is an LMG, so the gameplay feels kind of clunky, feels heavy, feels like you're running with something big, which you really are. But of course it lays down a lot of fire, it does a lot of damage, it is a very good weapon, a very good primary, but of course like I said it's an LMG, and I've realized that the assault rifles and the KN57 and Vapor and everything is a lot better. But still though, if you're just new to the game, I know it sounds kind of funny, everybody says the noobs run with it, but if you are new to the game, I do recommend running with this. It does get you a feel for it, it gets you a lot of damage very quickly and a high rate of fire, so you can kind of feel out what you want to use in other weapons, the things you like about it and the things you don't like about it, and then you can kind of apply that knowledge to playing other weapons and objectives and things and how your game style plays out. So let's keep the ball rolling right now and continue with the ABR. This is actually my main right now. I normally play hardcore with this weapon. It is a one-shot, one-kill in hardcore, and it is absolutely amazing. I can't even count how many one-shot, one-kill medals I've gotten, how many triple kills and everything I have gotten with this weapon. It is absolutely ridiculous in that, and I see nobody else run with it. I almost top second in the leaderboard every single time I run with this thing. So it is definitely a very good weapon to run with in hardcore. In multiplayer, it's like a 2-hit, so it's still very good. So no matter where this weapon is, it's extremely powerful and works very well in pretty much every single situation you can throw at it. That also goes along with the Swordfish that I will be talking about. I actually just used my permanent unlock token to unlock the Swordfish. It is at level 55, not like, in the tier system or prestige or whatever you really want to call it. So I did unlock that. That works very well. It's sort of like the ABR. It's better than the ABR in pretty much multiplayer and hardcore. I haven't really run with it in hardcore yet, but I have played with it in multiplayer, and it's a very good, versatile, and decent weapon. And the current level of it right up there now is not what it is. I took these pictures a couple days ago. I took some screenshots, and I've been playing with it since then. So that is the Swordfish. So the Cordite. So continuing with weapons, the Cordite is a very good, very versatile weapon. I don't really run with it. It does not do a lot of damage or have like a great rate of fire. But like I said, it's a very versatile weapon and it still works pretty well for most cases. But I don't see a whole lot of people run with it. I don't really run with it. And that's pretty much all I can say about that because like I said, I haven't really played with it that whole lot. So the next weapon I'm going to talk about, and I know I keep going on with that theme, is the Spitfire. Holy crap, unless you get a handle on that thing and a stock, it is recoil that does damage. That's all I can say about it. You can barely hit anything and how much that thing has recoil. I mean, you would just you make an outline of the guy, it's just absolutely insane. It's virtually unplayable unless you put some stocks and things on it. And I cannot stress that enough. You guys might think I'm overreacting a little bit about it if you have not played the game, but if you play that thing, holy crap, it's like impossible to hit anything unless you get like a handle and a stock for it. So that's all I can really say about the Spitfire. It is decent once you do all those things to it, and I've played with it in Zombies and I could not, I mean I probably died because I used the thing. It's just so ridiculously just recoil. So the next two weapons I will be talking about are sniper rifles in that category, and that is the Koshka or whatever, and the Paladin. They're both snipers, they both pretty much do the same thing, decent damage, really good range, medium rate of fire to not really any, super great thing because, it is a sniper rifle, so some of them are like a bolt action. You take one and then you gotta reload, but overall, it does pretty good damage and works out very well for you. So, that's pretty much all I can say about the snipers for right now, and the last two weapons is the Outlaw and the Maddox. I really like the Maddox. I've run with that for a while as my primary. I'm currently working to re-unlock that. I am going on my second prestige now. And the Outlaw as well, I have not unlocked that again, I believe. So I don't really play with the Outlaw, I don't really play with the Maddox, I haven't, but they're both very good weapons. Sort of different. The Maddox is like an SMG type AR weapon that works really well, does a lot of damage, and very versatile. And the Outlaw is a sniper rifle with the other two, and that works out pretty well. It has good damage, good range, and better rate of fire than the other two because it's got that drum in there, so that keeps it working very well. So I would just like to thank you guys for watching, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, more videos in general, I'm going to make a Titanfall 2 lore video. I am probably going to make a Black Ops lore video and Call of Duty and see some of the stories behind really famous games. I might do something on Halo for a little bit and just go into stories and weapons and things like this. Instead of just doing gameplay, I'm going to try to mix it up a little bit. And of course there will be other things going on. I'm working on getting like a little short film together that will be posted on a secondary channel that I'm thinking of creating called The Weekend Films. So if you guys want to go check that out as well, that should be up by the end of next week or 2 weeks from now, or maybe in a month or whatever, but we'll keep you guys updated on when that channel will go up and what's going to be going on with all my new content. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the implement of this green screen. Soon I will be able to figure out how to use this, and I will put me anywhere, on the moon or whatever I want to do, just to make it kind of ridiculous and shake it up a little bit. So I will be working towards that very, very soon, so you guys can expect that to come in the future. And a quick side note, you guys can see I'm wearing The Score sweatshirt today. They are a great band, so if you haven't checked them out, go check them out on Spotify and YouTube. Their brand new album, Pressure EP, just dropped a month or so ago. Great new songs, love the new sound, everything about it is really good. So if you guys want to check that out as well, I will not put a link in the description because I don't own anything or I can't really say anything or post that. But if you guys want to check them out on YouTube, Amazon, Spotify, whatever you guys use to listen to music, I think you guys would really enjoy them and just take some time. So, thank you guys for watching, and as always, it's been The Weekend, signing off.